time. Long time.
I'm so thrilled to be back. Thank you for asking me.
Oh, darling, it's so
thank you
lovely
for
to know. Now, we're dying to know. We are dying to know about your cruise.
Well, it was very long. It was to Brazil. It was 6 weeks because I know you've all just done one to the Caribbean for 4 weeks. Ours went to Brazil and the Caribbean. And yes, Brazil was absolutely amazing. I have to say, though, I know yours was pretty kind of full on. Ours was exhausting. I usually it was a Supercraft Cruises cruise, and I usually do just sort of the admin and look after everybody like a mother hen. This time I was crafting, and 27 workshops is quite a lot.
It is.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Marty Wilde is in the nest. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. The legend that is Marty Wilde.
Hooray!
Hi,
Marty.
Hi.
Where are you? You in your garden again?
Sorry?
You look like you're outside.
No, I mean, it's just our conservatory. It's rather a big
beautiful windows.
Yeah, we had to draw all the blinds because the light was a bit too intense, but no sunshine, mind you, just rain where we are. But but it's a lovely conservatory.
Marty, it's lovely to see you again.
It's lovely to be here.
Fabulous. You're doing a big tour, aren't you?
I am throughout the year, right the way through until till the end of the year. So looking forward to it, and it's kind of spaced out. It's not too intense. For me, it's not. The old days used to be intense because I remember around about 2 years ago, I was with Ian Kane. We were working together on a tour, and we had 5 shows on the trot, and I thought. And because I drive myself, and I thought, I'm never going to do that. I would never be able to do it. But I did. I came through it. And so this one's an easy tour.
Would you like 4 roadies, 4 female roadies?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. You can. Yeah, my guitar's quite heavy, actually.
Is it? We could manage that, couldn't we?
Yeah. I always wanted to know when you're on the road, what are your sort of meal times? Because like actors, you often can't eat before a show because you're a bit nervous, but so you eat afterwards, and then you end up like, eating at kind of 10 or 11 at night, and you're so full. What do you do when you're on the road?
I don't eat much. I normally eat around, if I'm going to eat at any time, it would be around about midday. And sometimes maybe at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But after that, I don't eat anything. I can't eat at night, so I wouldn't do that because I want to sort of sleep and rest for the next day. So it's kind of a discipline. It's an instilled discipline. Yeah. But it's nevertheless and also I suppose in many ways it keeps your weight down. Otherwise, if I'm home, I'm more likely to have eat slightly more than I do on the road. So it is an imposed discipline.
Does Joy drive you, Marty?
No. You're joking. She failed her test 5 times. We were abroad, and she failed 5 times, and I never let her forget it. Funny enough, I enjoy shopping. I love going in, and I sound very
like shopping. Wow.
I love Tesco's. I love going, or not just Tesco and Waitrose. I love going into Waitrose. Is probably my favourite.
Please don't tell me you look for the food that is by the sell-by date.
No, I never do that. Now Joyce does. She tells me off. I never do. I just buy. I see it, I buy it. But I'm starting to get cute, and even when I pack the bags, you've got to get. This is all technical, highly technical talk. You've got to get the heavy stuff, the jars, put them at the base of the bag before you put all your fruit and everything else. So I've learned all that, and some became dog walkers. And funny enough, I've got. This is really bad.
Lovely.
Hang on, I'll just go and get mine.
Oh, beautiful.
So, Marty, is that a boy or girl?
Yeah. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. Oh, yeah, look, I'll show you. She's got her bow. Look, I don't know if you can see a little bow. See the bow? Joyce put all this on her. But, I mean, rock and rollers shouldn't be seen like this, They shouldn't be. They should be all manly and tough. But
how beautiful. What's her name?
She loves her dad.
Look at mine.
Marty, what's her name?
Lilibet.
Lilibet.
Yeah, we named it up because that's what King George called Elizabeth.
Yes.
And obviously big fans of our Queen, so we thought it'd be to keep a nice memory alive of a lovely lady.
Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And she's
yeah.
fantastic little dog. She's one of the most loveliest little dogs that we've ever had. Very, very affectionate. She just sits on Joyce's lap all the day, don't you? And then if not, she'll sit next to me. Or she figures out, work this out with dogs. When you love a dog and they love you, they don't think that they're a dog. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Yes.
They think
I've been
really.
trying to tell people this for years.
Yeah, they should be on your bed. They should, because she sleeps with us. That she's got to be on your bed because she's one of the family, aren't you? And they don't see themselves as a dog, and that's lovely. And
I think it might be slightly the other way round.
I think you're right. Well, it's a dog's world in many ways.
Oh, I love her face, Marty. I love her face. What breed is she?
She's a Yorkshire Terrier.
Just a straight Yorkshire. She's not crossed with anything.
No, I hope not. No, I think they're slightly overbred. I heard an article the other day. They were talking about it on the radio about how they are overbreeding all the dogs, and they were moaning about Crufts because we were watching part of Crufts, and it is wrong because even in this breed that there is just an edge of overbreeding because when it gets really bad, your dog can't walk. Even they were saying that the dogs can't walk, they can't breathe, and so they're bred for what, for fashion, and that's what they were moaning about Crufts, and I agree with them.
I agree with you totally. I mean, what's happened to German Shepherds? Don't know if you know this, girls, but their backs have got lower and lower and lower to the floor. So that, I mean, and some of them, and also it's with Labradors too. Mine are half Springer. I've got others as well. I've got thousands of them, my furry children. And that's not a euphemism. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Anyway, but anyway, because they're mixed breed. I mean, my Chihuahua, Beanie, my Chihuahua, she's a full Chihuahua, but the others are mixed breed. And I think that being a mixed breed makes them much stronger.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, there's we've had dogs all our lives, really, even when I was a child. The only sad thing, of course, is you remember them. I get quite tearful over some of the dogs. If some sad music's playing, sometimes my mind wanders. And I start thinking of little sad situations because you do get to love them. I love these almost, not quite, but almost as much as you love your family because they are your family. They become part of you. And also I get very emotional about cruelty to animals. I can't bear that. In fact, what I would say is I remember seeing a thing on television where they'd found a dog. It had been left out in the sun. It was in abroad, Spain, somewhere like that. And it'd been left out. And when they found it, it was almost half dead. So they fed it with water, got it back. And I thought, if I had a wish, I'd like to get that owner, chain him up. Oh, that sounds tough. Chain him up for a couple of days with no water. Let him see what it was like, what he did to that dog. Because I can't bear cruelty to animals. I think.
No, I'm the same. The other, being Mother's Day yesterday or whenever it was, the day before, I am there talking to somebody at my daughter's house, and I'm showing them pictures, and she said, "You're not showing them pictures of my children, are you, Mummy?" And I went, "No, showing them pictures of the dogs, of course." So yes.
Well, one of the funniest things, it's not funny, it's a strange thing. I've written this in my book, actually. I go past as a crematorium for dogs. It's up here, Duxford. And there's a big tall chimney. And when I see the smoke, you know that they're sort of, they're sort of getting rid of the dogs or the animals. And every time I go past on that driving past Duxford, I feel really sad. And yet I go past the graveyard and don't even give it a glimpse. So it's where my heart is.
Perhaps in a previous life you were a doggy.
Oh, I think so.
Can I ask Marty a question? Marty, can I ask you a question in this life? I read recently that you are the only artist that's actually achieved success in 8 decades. You are the legend, the icon that is Marty Wilde, success over 8 decades. Well, if I do my maths correctly, that must mean that you had your first single when you were about 4. And I can't quite work it out.
No, yeah, I don't know how that happened. I mean, I don't know how I got that. I mean, they say they give you these accolades, and it's nice. I mean, obviously it's an honor to receive any accolade, really, especially my damn age. But it's it came as a surprise in a way, because I thought, well, what about all the others that record? But I have been going. I was 17 when I started.
Wow.
My parents had to sign. Mum and Dad had to sign for the contract for Larry Parnes, who was Tommy Steele's manager, and so that's how it started. And I'm 85 now, and I love the industry. I love it. Not all the aspects of the industry. I'm not in the party mood and all that, and whizzing round to all the shows and all that. I'm not that kind of artist, but I just love the idea of artists going on stage, and I adore music. I absolutely adore it.
I will always love you in a million ways. The things that I believe in, I must do today. Don't cry. Don't cry. With 2 eyes streaming.
I just know I'm listening to Marty and thinking your energy is so infectious, and it's just fantastic listening to you. And I just think that music is such a mood alterer. You can feel awful, and you can listen to half an album and you'll suddenly feel okay, everything is all right. But when you were describing listening to all kinds of different eclectic music, I do that too, and it can just change how you feel about life.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I agree. I mean, I love, there's many certain pieces, I won't go into detail, but they literally do make me cry. And I know the part that I'm going to cry at, or near cry. They're very, very emotional. Some of the classical music, Tchaikovsky, Delius, and Bernstein. I love Bernstein. I remember Joyce and I, when we first got married, one of the first show we ever saw together was West Side Story on the stage.
Oh my God, that music!
It was mind blowing. With Chita Rivera, who sadly passed away, I was told the other day. A lovely lady, a talented lady. And we went and saw that, and we cried there. There's a place for us. They're playing it when they're leading the young lad away who's been killed. And I remember we were both crying, and everyone else was sort of extremely emotional. Funny that some songs, I always know if I've got it fairly right, because I do get a bit of a lump in my throat. And I do sometimes when I'm singing them, I get slightly emotional, which is a good thing. So my new track I got a little bit emotional in that, because it's Joyce, they're telling me to plug my CD and EP, but it's on 2 Eyes Streaming, which is the track, and also another song I called Running Together, which I wrote, which was really about the family and my fans, to running together, being together, working together, that kind of situation. And I got very emotional in that. And I'm sure Cliff and all the other boys and Beyonce, I'm sure she does, because she's one of my favorite singers. And when she sings, there's kind of an emotion. You can feel a strength of emotion. I don't know if you ever saw that there was one wonderful thing with Beyonce, when there were no frills. It was just her coming in with her team. She came in with some of her singers, and they sang live in front of a little hospital crowd. She came to a hospital. I don't know if you ever saw it. You'll catch up with it eventually, and it is fantastic. She sings for the world, but so did Streisand, so did all the others, so did Shirley Bassey. I love Shirley Bassey. So
fabulous.
Marty, do you have a special room or a studio or somewhere in your house which is just full of instruments and where you hang out with other?
Yeah, I do. I do. I got if we do another one at some time in the future, we'll shoot it in there. I've got loads of guitars, and all my memorabilia is there.
Oh, we'd love to see it.
Yeah,
Can we come over and film it?
Was it Christa Berg that showed us around his place?
Yes. We could come to Marty. We could come to you if you don't mind being invaded.
Can you cook?
I can, but Debbie doesn't.
I can.
Really
As long as you can cook, I don't mind.
Absolutely.
Marty, are you still? Is your son still producing you?
No, Rick just works and produces Kim now. Rick days. I know I do most of that on my own. I use different musicians, not just I use my band as well. Obviously, I get whoever I can get, and I do like trying to get different sounds all the time. I've always been intrigued by sound, but in fact, with sound-wise, I'm still learning. I always feel I'm still learning because it's a very special part of recording. And some artists really get it right from the beginning. Their recordings are so. If you listen to some of the quality of some of the new tracks that are coming out from America, the separation and the sound is absolutely incredible. I mean, far different to, although our days were exciting, don't get me wrong, and those records are still lovely. I love them to bits, but they've managed. Sound is getting so clever now, and with A1 coming up, that I'm sure. And I worked out with A1 in the future. You won't have to write a song. You'll say to A1, come up with something, come up with something. I'll give you a little melody now, A1. Now work out something from this, and they will, and they'll come up with hits. A1, the computer will write here. You watch.
But also, you know what happened? My son-in-law wrote the most beautiful poem. I mean, he's a songwriter and singer himself, but he wrote this thing for my daughter, and I went, God, that's brilliant. And he said, he showed me. He just set it into the phone, write a poem about this, and the phone wrote it for him.
Oh, God.
Isn't that sad?
Oh, dear.
Terrible.
Hey, I got excited the other day. Rick and Kim came round yesterday, and because it was the other day rather when it was Mother's Day, and they both came round. And Ricky, they've just come back from Europe, and they said that Cambodia, which was a hit for us, a colossal hit abroad, and a fairly big hit here as well, has been taken up by, I can't remember the name of the group now. I should know, but it's been in the charts. It's all over Europe, and they took part of the melody of Cambodia, and then they changed it. They changed all the melody around, and they changed this and they changed that, like A1 will, and that's become a big hit. So it just shows you what. Oh, that's my. That's the postman.
Oh.
That's the postman.
Oh.
Great little house.
At least yours comes. I don't think we get any post anymore. It's so rare. What has happened to Royal Mail? It's the same thing that's happened to Princess Kate. I think they've both disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, we're lucky. We've got a lovely postman, and affectionate with feelings for him as well, because he helps Joyce, and he gets all the letters up, and we've got registered stuff. He takes all that for us. We're very lucky where we are, but it does vary. I mean, it's like dentists. I mean, it's different for me. I go to London for my dentist, and I have done for years. But I'm one of the lucky ones. Other people. I heard that some areas they haven't got a dentist at all. And I thought, my God, what are the kids going to do? If you get, if you get something really bad, you get one of your teeth go. I mean, it's one of the most awful pains, but we are lucky. We're very, very lucky.
You know that my postman puts chews through the letterbox for my dogs?
I thought you said you hadn't got a postman.
No, when he does come, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When eventually, I think once a week when they're given letters, but
at least he puts chews through,
Well, that's why they're so pleased to see him.
How lovely.
It's all topsy-turvy there now. It's all changed. And it's changed very suddenly. Like the last 2 years, 3 years ago, I'm telling you, they're telling me this. Oh yeah, the song that's in Europe that's been a hit for us, not where they took Cambodia. Offenbach was the name, and Overdrive is the name of the song. It's been a hit, and Kim puts part of it in Cambodia now. When she's singing in Cambodia, she puts part of the Overdrive track in. She said it went down a well, because she's a lucky girl. She was
fantastic.
She was in Paris at one of the theatres there, and she had a big audience. And she said that because they'd not seen her, she's not been to Paris for a lot of years, and they absolutely went bananas. And it's times like that I'm really happy. I'm happy for her, and I'm happy I was part of her career, in my own way. So, yeah. So, well,
Marty, this is so brilliant. Can I just ask you? You mentioned your book. Where can we get that?
Oh, I've not. It's at the moment. It's not even in print yet. But I've been writing it for about the last year, bits and pieces of it. It's quite personal. There was one part of it is when I was called. I had to go in the hospital, and I put everything that happened. I didn't hold back. Nobody else should do this, really. But I thought, to hell with it, because what I wanted to do with this book, it wasn't so much for the public. I wanted the children and the great grandchildren and people to know me. And I think it's fantastic when people write things. And so I'd love to have known about my grandfather. I'd love to have known about my great grandfather. I would be so thrilled to read it. And I thought, right, I'm going to do it. And so it's all personal, but some of the hospital bits are very, very funny. They're quite rude, not rude, but they, and it was, you can't, if you're going to be whatever, changed or wiped down or whatever, you can't hide it. There's no point of, and no, everyone does it. Everyone it has to happen, but so I wrote about it. And some of the things were quite funny with some of the people in hospital but anyway, I recorded it all, and so I'm looking forward to that part of it coming out. But God knows what they're going to think of me. They think, why is it? Other
Sounds like another big hit to me.
Well, I don't think you wouldn't get Beyonce talking about what she had happened in hospital. Well, maybe she would. Maybe she would.
Oh, Marty, you're a legend. You really are. Will you come back very soon and see us, or we'll invade you?
All
no,
right.
We'll invade you because we're dying to see that room. We'll sort it out because you're so much fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Well, there's guitars, there's pictures of Johnny Cash and me and Johnny Cash. It's kind of like a history thing, and I love it. I could go in there, and again I've got all my music in there, so it's like being in another home in a way. It's lovely.
Yeah,
sanctuary.
how lovely. Thank you
so lovely
much,
to
Marty.
see you, Marty.
We'll see you very soon. Good luck.
Thank you, darling.
We're going to come and see you.
All right. Well, you look after yourselves, and I hope you all had a lovely Mother's Day. I know it was a couple of days ago now, but I hope you were all looked after. And take care. And it's my pleasure to talk to you. You're a lovely lady. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
See you, darling.
Yeah, bless you. Take care, girls.
Love to Joyce.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he is a legend.
That was so interesting. Wow.
Utter, complete, utter. And you know what? He's been with Joyce for about 60 years, I think.
Yeah, they've
Really?
married to the same person, which is wonderful.
Unlike
Jim Davidson, who's been married for 50 years to 5 different people. Darling, it's lovely to have you back, Jules, and we will see you on Friday.
We
Yes,
will.
can't wait.
Bye.
See you then. Bye.